Marcus Chen floated in the maintenance bay of Station Kepler 7, his magnetic boots clicking against the hull as emergency lighting bathed everything in crimson. The Vorthak had been thorough in their evacuation, taking every piece of valuable equipment, every data core, every soul aboard except one. They'd left him to die. The alien mining consortium had written him off as expendable human labor when the hegemony fleet approached. Standard protocol, they claimed. Humans weren't worth the fuel costs of emergency evacuation. Marcus had watched through the viewports as the last transport disappeared into hyperspace, leaving him alone on a station that would be scrap metal within hours. But Marcus Chen wasn't just any human. He was a third-generation stellar engineer, raised in the asteroid belts, trained in systems the Vorthak barely understood. And he had 47 minutes before the hegemony cruiser Wrathbringer arrived to claim the station. The Vorthak had built Kepler 7 as a simple mining platform, efficient but unremarkable. They'd used standard fusion reactors, basic shield, generators and mining lasers that could barely scratch a frigate's hull. What they hadn't realized was that their simple human engineer had been making modifications for the past 2 years. Marcus pulled himself through the central shaft, his engineering scanner mapping out the station's new reality. The modifications were subtle, hidden in maintenance conduits disguised as efficiency upgrades scattered across 17 different systems. Individually, they were harmless improvements. Together, they were something the galaxy had never seen. The first change was the reactor core. Where the Vorthak saw improved output efficiency, Marcus had actually installed a cascade amplification system. Each of the station's 6 fusion reactors could now channel their output through quantum field manipulators, multiplying their effective power by orders of magnitude. The station's energy grid could now handle the output of a small star. Next came the mining equipment. Those upgraded extraction lasers weren't just more efficient, they were coherent particle beam arrays disguised as industrial tools. Marcus had spent months rerouting power conduits and installing focusing arrays. The 47 mining lasers, spread across Kepler 7's superstructure, could now concentrate their fire into beams capable of punching through battleship armor. But the real masterpiece was the shield system. Marcus had convinced the Vorthak supervisors that he was installing resonance dampeners to reduce maintenance costs. In reality, he'd built a gravitational wave generator that could project defensive fields strong enough to deflect capital ship weapons. The irony wasn't lost on him. They'd paid him to build their station's tomb into an impregnable fortress. 23 minutes until the Wrathbringer arrived. Marcus sealed himself into the command center and began the activation sequence. His fingers danced across holographic interfaces as hidden systems came online throughout the station. The reactor cores began their cascade sequence, energy readings climbing past anything in the station's official specifications. The gravitational wave generator hummed to life, invisible fields of distorted space-time forming defensive barriers around Kepler 7. He activated the communication array and opened a channel to the approaching hegemony cruiser. The angular face of Captain Thexvar appeared on screen, her mandibles clicking in what passed for hegemony laughter. "Human," she chittered, "you will surrender the mining station immediately. Your alien masters have abandoned you, as is proper." Marcus leaned back in the command chair, a slow smile spreading across his face. "Captain, I'm afraid there's been a misunderstanding. This isn't a mining station anymore." "Explain yourself, meat." "I'm Chief Engineer Marcus Chen, and you're looking at the newest addition to humanity's defensive network. Designation: Fortress, Kepler 7. The hegemony captain's compound eyes narrowed. "One human cannot operate a military installation. You bluff." "Maybe. Care to test that theory?" The Wrathbringer opened fire without warning, plasma cannons and torpedo tubes unleashing, enough firepower to vaporize a small moon. The weapon struck Kepler 7's gravitational shields and simply stopped. Energy dispersed harmlessly across the defensive field, while kinetic projectiles were deflected into empty space. Marcus watched the captain's expression shift from confidence to confusion to dawning fear. "My turn," he said quietly. 47 mining lasers rotated on their gimbals, targeting systems that had been disguised as ore scanners painting the hegemony cruiser from every angle. The particle beams fired in perfect synchronization, 47 lances of coherent energy converging on the Wrathbringer's command section. The cruiser's shields lasted exactly 2.3 seconds. The beams punched through armor plating designed to withstand capital ship weapons, coring through the vessel like a hot knife through butter. Secondary explosions rippled along the hull as power systems overloaded and ammunition stores detonated. Within minutes, the pride of the hegemony's Fourth Fleet was nothing but expanding debris. Marcus opened a general transmission on all frequencies. His message would reach every faction within 50 light-years: Vorthak, Hegemony, Centauri Alliance, and any human colonies in range. This is Chief Engineer Marcus Chen aboard Fortress Kepler 7. The Vorthak Mining Consortium declared me expendable and left me to die. They were wrong on both counts. This station is now under human control and will remain so. Any vessel approaching with hostile intent will be destroyed. We don't ask for much, just the simple courtesy of not being left to die. Fail to provide that courtesy, and discover what humans can accomplish when properly motivated. He settled back to wait. The hegemony would send more ships eventually. The Vorthak would demand their station back. The Centauri Alliance would want to study his modifications. They could all get in line. Marcus Chen had work to do. Fortress Kepler 7 was just the beginning. He had plans for a network of such stations, crewed by humans the galaxy had written off as expendable. Every engineer left behind, every technician abandoned, every worker deemed not worth saving. The galaxy was about to learn that there was no such thing as an expendable human. There were only humans who hadn't yet been given proper motivation to show what they could do, and Marcus Chen was very, very motivated indeed.